Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Back with another video on the Mustang. Today we're going to be fixing the blend door actuator. One thing I wanted to get to is I got a small little mod. It's not really a mod, it's just changing out my shifter. So when I bought the car, it came with this one. As you see, it says fucking fast, which is funny. I actually had this exact same shifter whenever I had a 2006 Pontiac GTO. The car was red, so it matched. It was a little funny. I was younger, but now I don't like it. Plus, the dealership puts on, this is how it sits. One, that doesn't look right, and two, it doesn't have a stop nut, so it's not even fully tight, and it's going like this, and it doesn't sit right. So what I did is I actually got two things to replace this. So the first thing I got was this shift boot retainer. What's nice about this is it screws in, and it'll actually fit flush pretty much all the way against this. So one, it's going to have more of a clean appearance here, but it also acts as a lock nut. And then for American Muscle, I got this 6-speed shifter. I really like it. It's clean. It's got some blue. I like blue. I always keep the ambient lights in here blue, so it works out. So it's cool. You can just screw it in, and so you see you can get it lined up, and then you can just. It'll take two hands from me, so I won't be able to show you, but basically you're going to twist this reverse like you're unscrewing it while screwing this in, just to get it tight where you want it to be. So that's the first mod I did today, and I actually really enjoy it. It feels good. It's about the same way as the other one, so like the shift throw doesn't feel any different, but it's so much cleaner, and that's just light reflecting. So the first thing we're going to do, so what I'm actually doing, and as you've seen from the titles, we're replacing a blend door actuator, and I'll show you why. So I turn the key on, and you hear that pop. It's basically the blend door actuator is trying to adjust, and it's popping. And the reason why, for sure it is, so if I take this and I switch it to the bottom, you don't hear it, so it's not the bottom one. But if I switch it to have defrost, or I'm sorry. So you'll see, so if I switch this to bottom, give it a second, do it's changing, you're not gonna hear anything. But whenever I switch it back, you hear it? So there it goes. So it's trying to get it back. That's where it's popping. Now, I used to own a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it had a issue with the blend doors, but what it was, it had a gear in between the blend door and the motor that would fail, it'd break, and that was where its issue was. It wouldn't pop, but it would just stop adjusting. So, but everything I've looked up online says this should be the blend door actuator. Now, I picked one up from AmericanMuscle.com. It's about 15 bucks. It's not too expensive. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the glove box out so that we can look further in this. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you have underneath the glove box, you come in there, you got these bolts right here. You've got 4 of them. I'm gonna be using a 9/32 to take them off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because it's kind of hard to position this camera and do this under here. So I'll be right back. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this down, and on the sides, all right, so I thought I was recording, but I didn't. Literally, once you take the bolts out, you just open the glove box, and you've got these stoppers on the side. You just kind of position those out of the way of this. You just pull them out, and then the whole thing falls. All right, so now what we got, so here's our blend door. You've got these screws. There's not one there, so you got one there. You got a few that are hidden, one there, and there should be one back in this corner. There should be 3. But you're gonna take these out, and you're gonna unplug it and pull it out. But one thing you can do just to make sure, if you're not 100%, because there's supposedly 3 of these on this vehicle, you can turn the car back on, change your settings, and listen closely, see if it's popping. I know this is my issue, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. So I'll be right back. All right, so I got it out. So it's 2 screws right here. Now these are 8mm, So you have the two. So the back one, which is this one, is kind of hard to get to. I suggest if you have it, use a swivel. If not, it's just going to be a little bit of a hard time. Also suggest having, you know, cheap little magnet if you can, because you want to maybe try to hold on to it so it doesn't fall down, because if it falls down in there, it might get lost and be an extra pain. But yeah, so there's that. So now we're going to swap it out with the new one. All right, so we got it in there. The bolts are tightened down. Now I wouldn't tighten those too much. They are going into plastic. But what we're going to do, just to make sure it's working right, just going to come over here. Just going to switch this. Give it a few seconds. Haven't heard anything. Switch it back. And nothing. It's perfect. All right, great. So that fixed our issue, so that's awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna reverse everything. We're gonna put everything back together, and that'll be it. So I hope this video helped if you're having this issue. From what I've read, it's very common on S197 Mustangs. So apparently all the way from 05 to 2014, they had different versions of this issue. So if this is your issue, hopefully this will help you get it taken care of. All right, please leave a like on the video if you liked it. Leave a comment if you want to give some input. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.